Yo, what's going on, good people? What's the deal? What is happening? What is happening? Welcome, welcome to another episode of SR Daily. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston, and you are tuned in. I'm trying to get another uh another feed going for you guys. All right, trying to get some multiple streaming. Actually working right now to get uh, Instagram on. All right, so might as well. I'm going live from my laptop. All right, hopefully I'm able to see you guys' comments. That is the hope. If I move over here, you guys can still see me. Yes, you can. I'm still live. Hoping to get you guys comments for real. Because as I mentioned, streaming from my phone, I was not able to see comments in real time. I wasn't able to see comments until after the show was over. But we made a change and we are going to do things this way, right? Stream through my StreamYard. Again, I pay for it. Might as well use it, right? It makes sense to use it. I am going to open up TikTok on this phone. Give me 1 second. Hold on, let me put the IG on this phone. Hold on 1 second. IG live on one phone, right? And then we're gonna do TikTok on the other phone. And we're gonna stream like this, and this is how we're gonna start streaming from now on. We are streaming live to my general Facebook page as well as my YouTube page, Queensbridge Studios YouTube page, and my fan page on Facebook. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of SR Daily. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston, and you are tuned in. You are tuned in to episode 280 of SR Daily, episode 280 of SR Daily. The show just keeps rolling right along. We are 20 episodes away from milestone episode um 300. 20 episodes away from milestone episode 300. That is big. I'm grateful to still be rolling right along. Grateful still to be making progress. Um, what's going on, good people? What's going on? Come in, join the chat. Let me see if I can. Oh no, I can't even. Okay, this is the challenge with this one. All right, this is the Donnie Rodriguez. What's going on, my brother? So this is the challenge with doing it now through my StreamYard. Is that I'm not able to what you call it? I'm not able to um share. All right, I'm not able to share the live. Hold on 1 second. We're about to get started with the show. I just want to add this back to TikTok. I shouldn't even go live on TikTok, right? We're gonna do it one more time for the one time episode 280. Um, but yeah, I'm not able to share. I'm not able to share it with anyone. So I will rely on you guys to hit the share button. All right. On TikTok here, on Instagram here, and on Facebook and YouTube here. Hit that share button for your boy. Share the content, share the content, please. Thank you so much. Comments will come up in real time when you guys comment. I should be able to see the comments here. I have a comment section in my StreamYard. But what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of SR Daily. I'm your boy, your host, Sean Sugar Marston. You are tuned into episode 280 of SR Daily, episode 280. And once again, 20 episodes away from milestone episode 300. Today is Tuesday, January 14th. Moving right along during week 57 of SR Daily, 57 weeks in. Excited, grateful, but let us pull up these notes and get this thing started right. Um, go here. Whew. So we're gonna start today with a phrase of the day, and the phrase for today is 3 words. 3 words, just 3 words, but it is three important words. All right, important for many reasons. The phrase for today is "How are you?" How are you? That is today's phrase. How are you? And this simple 3 word phrase is absolutely major. For one, it is a solid question, right? Move that out the shot, right? Gotta move stuff out the shot. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? But the phrase "How are you?" 3 words, very simple. You know what it means when someone asks, "How are you?" They want to know how you're doing, or do they? All right. Again, it's a solid question. I think one that we as humans should be asking each other more of. Sometimes the R is left out, right? And folks just say, "How you?" Yo, how you? How you? I've said that. People say it all good. We know it means the same thing. And I personally love that there are so many people who use this phrase as a greeting, that they ask, "How are you?" What I don't like is that before you could even respond, people are pew, they're gone. They ask, "Yo, how are you? How you doing?" And then they leave before you could even respond, right? Or you respond, "Not doing so great," and they give you a BS freaking reply. "Oh, nobody's doing well. Oh, get over it. Oh, deal with it." And it's like, I mean, yeah, right. I'm living, so I got to deal with it, right? I got to navigate through it, right? I got to quote unquote, get over it, right? Whatever that means, but we should care. We should stay to listen. We should have our ears open, our hearts open when we ask our brother or our sister, a stranger, a coworker, right? Whoever it is, when we say, "Yo, how you doing? How are you?" We should stay to listen. We should stay to listen. We should not be in a rush. But I get it. People are going to work. They're going to school. They're going home to make dinner. They're going to pick up their children. They're stressed, going through things. I get it. It's a lot happening in people's lives. And so it's a courteous thing. "Yo, how are you?" But then how disrespectful is it for someone who may not be feeling great to respond or be responding and you to leave? That's not okay, right? That's not cool at all, right? And people move away either physically, right, when they ask, in person, or they move away, metaphorically, right, figuratively. Their emotions are not there. They're not paying attention. Or they could be on the phone and be moving away to a different question, right? I'll never forget, a brother asked me, all right, a good brother, a dear brother, someone who I know and love, someone who I believe in my heart loves me, asked me, "Yo, how you doing?" He called me on the phone, right? "Yo, how you doing?" I said, "Oh man, I'm doing terrible." He said, "Oh, we all doing terrible," and then proceeded to talk about something that had nothing to do with me being terrible. And I'm like, and I just sat there and listened, and then I got real bothered. I was like, "All right, bro, I gotta go. I gotta go back to some stuff over here." I should have just been honest and be like, "Yo, why'd you?" But I didn't even want to have the conversation no more. I didn't want to be on the phone with him no more. And that's it's okay to admit and to talk about when we are not doing so great. Right? It's okay to, number one, admit when we are not doing so great, when we don't feel great, when we don't feel good, when we feel terrible, when it's okay to admit that, and it's okay to talk about that, right? It's okay to talk about that. Black men, it's okay to talk about that. Men, period, it's okay to talk about that, right? Like black women, it's okay to talk about that. It's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay to talk about your experience. It's okay to be honest with yourself when you know that you're not feeling what, quote unquote, your best, right? I'm not feeling so great right now. Don't rush me to get over it, man. I'm going through something, right? Like a lot of us are going through a lot. A lot of us are dealing with a lot of things. We're dealing with freaking housing challenges. We're dealing with parenting. We're dealing with financial challenges. We're dealing with deaths in the family. We're dealing with family members being sickness. We're dealing with custody battles. We're dealing with so many things, right? Physical pain. A lot of us are dealing with a lot in the world right now. So it would be wise of you, it would be humane of you that if you ask someone how they're doing, then stay to listen. Stay to listen. Stay to listen. Give them your ear. Give them your heart. If you don't want to know how someone's doing, right? If you don't care or you don't have the time to really see how someone is doing, to come up with a different greeting. Come up with the greeting that or use, don't come up with, but use the greeting that our brothers in the Nation of Islam use. Assalamu alaikum. Or just say peace, brother. Right? Like, I know that if I'm not, and we all don't always have the capacity. Either we don't always have the time, we don't always have the energy to sit and listen to a drawn out story, or even if it's not drawn out, to take on someone else's emotions, someone else's challenges, someone else's quote unquote grief. We don't always have that. I get that. So then use the other greeting of peace. I know it when I don't like have time to sit and talk with folks, I won't say how you doing, right? Because there's people, people answer, right? I won't say how you doing. I say peace, brother, peace, sister. Have a great day. Peace, brother, peace, sister. I send you love and good vibes. Right? Peace, brother, peace, sister. It's good to see you. Right? Change the greeting. Don't use the greeting of how are you if you don't have the capacity to really sit and listen to how people are doing. That is rude. It is could be seen as disrespectful, and I'm gonna just say it as inhumane, right? Especially if your brother or your sister say they're doing terribly, they're not doing great, and you move on to how you're doing, what's going on with you, or to a whole different freaking conversation topic to begin with. Yo, Annette, what's going on, sister? What's going on? Peace and love. Thank you for tuning into the show. Thank you for tuning into the show. We are streaming differently today. We are streaming here. Front camera is my laptop, StreamYard. It is streaming to two of my Facebook pages, my general page and my fan page, as well as to my YouTube page, Queensbridge Studios YouTube. Here to the left, we are streaming on TikTok. We gave TikTok another shot. It is not our main shot, but we are going to use it because it is there, and we are going to use it while it's still here, right? And here we are streaming through Instagram. Instagram, I love you guys. I was trying to make you right here more in front of me, but you guys are here, right, to my right. All good. But let us move right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, our Need to Know News of the Day. Oh, baby, we are still talking about California. And why are we still talking about California? Because California, Los Angeles is still in shambles. Man, the fire hydrants went dry in California, leaving residents with no water to try and put out the fires, leaving residents, firefighters with no water or minimal water to put out the fires, man. We got two articles we pulled up that we are going to get into, right? We're going to read these two articles and we are going to talk about it. First article, California wildfires, how and why the fire hydrants run dry across Los Angeles. This is from the Independent, and this is today, Tuesday, January 14, 2025. As Los Angeles battles multiple wildfires, emergency officials have faced a nightmare situation. Fire hydrants running out of water. And let's be clear, the fire hydrants don't have water stored in them where like they're running out of water. It's pipes, right? Water is cut off, right? The water is cut off. It's not like the fire hydrants have a limited number of water in them and they just run dry. No, the water gets shut off. How do you fight a fire with no water? Ryan Babroff, a volunteer firefighter battling the Eaton fire, told the Washington Post. At some point this week, up to 20% of the city's hydrants went dry, according to LA Mayor Karen Bass. And on Thursday night, firefighters had stopped tapping into hydrants at all. This is Thursday, last week, Thursday. Right now, we're not utilizing the hydrants, Kristen M. Crowley, chief of the Los Angeles Fire Department, said Thursday. By Friday, California Governor Gavin Newsom had called for an independent investigation into the hydrant issue. We need answers to ensure that it does not happen again, and we have every resource available to fight these catastrophic fires, he wrote in a statement on X. Critics have sounded off on the situation from near and far. Rachel Darvish, a resident of the scorched Pacific Palisades neighborhood, went viral after she confronted Governor Newsom over the tapped-out hydrants, insisting she would fill up the hydrants myself. Meanwhile, real estate developer and former LA mayoral candidate Rick Caruso alleged absolutely mismanagement by the city. Some on the right, meanwhile, have used the shocking water shortage to attack California's Democratic leadership and policies. Donald Trump claimed the governor's gross incompetence in decision not to open up the water main in Northern California was to blame, while Elon Musk has argued everything from environmental protections for endangered fish to the Los Angeles Fire Department's diversity initiatives were behind the issues with the fire response. According to experts and government officials, the water shortage is much more complex. Why is there a water shortage? A patchwork of municipal water systems feeds LA drawing water from 200 different utilities. They support a system designed to handle low-level urban fires, not multiple large-scale wildfires descending from the hills. We are looking at a situation that is just completely not part of any domestic water system design. Marty Adams, a former general manager and chief engineer at the LA Department of Water and Power, told the New York Times, if this is going to be a norm, there is going to have to be some new thinking about how systems are designed. It was like a worst case scenario, but I think we should be planning for the worst case scenarios. Faith Kearns, absolutely. A wildfire and water expert at Arizona State University, added in an interview with National Geographic. You can't predict everything, but also I do think this is where we're headed, with multiple fires breaking out at the same time. Right? Vegan America, what's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, on Instagram. Whew. When did the hydrants run out? By Wednesday, 1 million gallon high elevation water tanks supplying the hard hit Pacific Palisades went dry. High demand not only drank the tanks and drew from water that would have been used to replenish them, but it also lowered pressure within the overall hydrant system, further straining the ability of firefighters to quickly get water. We had a tremendous demand on our system in the Palisades, Janus Quinones, chief engineer at LA Department of Water and Power, said at a Wednesday briefing. We pushed the system to the extreme. Some of that demand would have been met by a 117 million gallon reservoir complex in the Pacific Palisades, but it set out of use for repairs as the fires in the Palisades began. Unprepared, and I get it. You don't expect some things like this to happen, but you have to kind of expect some things like this to happen and always be ready, so you ain't got to get ready, as the saying goes. Officials estimate that had Santa Ynez Reservoir been online, it would have cut demand on the area's water system from 4 times to 3 times as high as normal. You still would have ended up with serious drops in pressure, former Department of Water and Power General Manager Adams told the LA Times. Would Santa Ynez Reservoir have helped? Yes, to some extent. Would it have saved the day? I don't think so. Making matters worse, the high winds that helped spread the fire also temporarily prevented officials from using aerial drops of water, which would have been pulled from the ocean or Southern California's reservoirs, which are currently sitting above historical levels. Whew, baby. And as President Biden noted on Thursday, loss of electricity put up yet another impediment to get water to hydrants as blackouts impacted pumping systems. Why did the water shortage cause electrical issues? California Rep. Judy Chu told CNN News Central on Friday that a FEMA administrator informed her that they had to turn down the electricity in order to make sure that the fire wasn't aggravated because of the electricity. They need electricity in order to pump water, so they turned that down, she explained. And then at the same time, there were so many hydrants that were being used all at once. That aggravated the situation. In addition, they said, there are homes that have been devastated where the water wasn't turned on. So there actually are homes where the water is just pouring out and they have to go home. They have to go home by home to turn it off. Chu added that the situation is in hand right now. Other fires like the 2023 Maui fires told the 2017 Tubbs fire in northern Other fires like the 2023 Maui fires and the 2017 Tubbs fire in Northern California have caused hydrants to go dry in the past, and it seems LA will need to go back to the drawing board if these kinds of wildfire scale urban blazes become the new normal. There is a theoretical world, it may be a world we're entering into, where we could pay much, much more to have redundant water and power supply, because you need both to fight fire, especially in terrains like this, Greg Pearce, director of the UCLA Water Resources Group, told LAist. I'm not even sure that would have made a difference when it comes to these type of wildfires, but that's possible. There's no reason to think that the Department of Water and Power was particularly ill-prepared. No one was talking about them being ill-prepared for wildfires, he said. This caught everyone off guard, as far as I know. As the city seeks to fight the fires and rebuild, California leaders have sharply condemned outsiders trying to score political points. People are literally fleeing. People have lost their lives. Kids have lost their schools. Families completely torn asunder. Churches burned down, and this guy wanted to politicize it, Newsom said in response to Trump on CNN. We have another article we want to read real quick, because this one says that, or this one article is the Los Angeles utility sued over Palisades wildfire shortage. Court filing shows January 13th, 2025. This is from yesterday. It's a lot happening, guys. There's a lot happening in this world. It is a lot happening in this world. It is a lot happening in this world. Let us check some comments real quick, see what we got to respond to. Happy, tenacious, and truthful Tuesday, my love. Peace and love, Mona love. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just came back to this. Let's go back and finish this last article, though, before we move right along, or read a little bit, right? So this is from U.S. News. U.S. News. A lawsuit filed against the LA Department of Water and Power on yesterday, accuses the public utility of failing to properly manage water supplies critical to fighting the Dealey Palisades fire. The complaint, filed on behalf of residents and others affected by the historic blaze that destroyed the wealthy Los Angeles community of Pacific Palisades last week, says Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, LADWP, should have maintained water in a nearby reservoir, which was dry at the time the flames erupted. We just read about it being dry. We just read, I guess, why it was dry, right? This is real stuff, guys. This is real stuff, real stuff. We just read about that. Let us finish this article real quick. That the water supply, the complaint, flames erupted. The water supply system servicing Pacific Palisades failed miserably, leaving residents and firefighters with little to no water to fight the blaze. Roger Bell, one of the plaintiff's attorneys, said in a statement, the LADWP, which is the largest U.S. municipal utility, did not immediately respond to an email seeking comment outside of regular business hours. The Santa Ynez Reservoir, which can hold as much as 117 million gallons, which is 443 million liters of water, had been empty since February 2024. Last year, empty. Why? You got to be able to see these things coming to some degree. You got to know that it's a water shortage. You got to open up the reservoir because you got to know that fires can happen. Fires do happen. And they can happen to this scale, right? The complaint, which was filed in LA Superior Court by law firm Robertson and Associates and Foley, Bezek, Bale, and Curtis claimed LADWP delayed repair work on the water resource to cut costs. The Palisades fire, which has killed at least 8 people and destroyed thousands of homes and businesses, has burned more than 23,700 acres and continued to threaten neighborhoods as of late Monday. Officials have not released a cause for the fire. Governor Gavin Newsom on Friday called for an investigation into reports that firefighters struggled to get enough water and water pressure to battle the inferno. LADWP said earlier it appreciated the investigation and will conduct its own review of the incident. As we face the impacts of climate change and build climate resilience, we welcome a review and update of these codes and requirements if city water systems will be used to fight extreme wildfires. I mean, they should be. Like, why not? LADWP spokesperson Ellen Ching said on Monday before the lawsuit was filed. LADWP CEO Janice Quinones last week said the demand to fight water at lower elevations was impeding the ability of the city to refill water tanks at higher elevations. LADWP said it had filled all water tanks in the city ahead of the windstorm that perpetuated the rapid spread of the fires. 3 water shortage tanks were exhausted within a day of the fire started, Quinones said last week in a press briefing. The suit follows other legal actions in connection with the California wildfires, which have been linked to the deaths of at least 24 people and have burnt tens of thousands of acres across Los Angeles in what is expected to be the most costly natural disaster in American history. The most costly natural disaster in American history. Whoa. A group of residents and business owners also recently sued Southern California Edison over the Eaton fire, which is still raging near Pasadena. Whew, baby. Woo, 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 woo. What a situation. Again, sending continue love. Have you heard about the incarcerated firefighters? Absolutely, Brother Donnelly. Brothers and sisters who are incarcerated are on the front lines fighting these fires, and they're making $5.80 a day, sometimes $10 a day, right? Absolutely crazy. That was the question that he asked. Have you heard about the incarcerated firefighters? Yes, I have. We read about them. If people don't know, people seem to not grasp the concept that those who are incarcerated, those who are in prison, regardless of their crime, still are human, still have humanity in them. So I'm formerly incarcerated, right? Like, we want the world to be okay. We may have messed up. Whether it's hurting someone, whether it's, dealing drugs, whatever the case may be, we are human, and a lot of us are good people, right? We make tough decisions. We make decisions based on our survival a lot of times, which our perception may not be 100% accurate because of the neighborhoods we grow up in, because of the poverty we grow up in, because of all of those things, the trauma we grew up with. However, we're good people and we want to take care of people. And so, yeah, brothers and sisters who are incarcerated are absolutely on the front lines. But yeah, shout out to Mona Love, my baby. Happy Tenacious and Truthful Tuesday. Let us go back to our notes. Go to our third segment of the day. Our third segment always is our tip of the day. And to lighten the load just a little bit, we want to talk about this tip. It's trust dogs. Trust dogs. They always know who to stay away from. Trust the dogs. Trust the dogs. You have a dog, trust your dog. Your family, your friends have dogs, trust the dogs, man. They always know who to stay away from. I'm telling you, the saying goes, children and animals, right? If children and animals gravitate towards a person, you can say that that's a good person. They have good energy. But if the babies and the animals don't want to be bothered with the person, if the babies and the animals don't want to be bothered with the person, you could look at that person with the side eye. You could safely give that person the side eye and question, who are you? Who sent you? Why are you here? What do you want? Now, but seriously, trust dogs. They always know who to stay away from, right? Like, that's a fact. The dogs, the animals, they don't play, man. They gravitate towards you. And children gravitate towards me, right? Animals gravitate towards me. I'm really grateful to have the energy that all spirits want to be around, right? I mean, not all, right? There's some people who don't like me for whatever reason. I still don't understand why some people don't like me. I mess up. I haven't always made the best decisions. I haven't always handled situations the best. But to not like me, like, my heart is pure, right? Like, it says more about you than it does about me. And that's the truth of the matter, Jack. That's fact. Rosie is annoying and drags it. Oh, I think I ain't gonna say the J word, but I ain't gonna say the H word neither. But this lovely young lady right here, right, my boo Mona Love, her dog loves me. All right, I haven't been over there in a couple of days, right? Her dog loves me. She goes home and she says her dog is sitting there staring at her, waiting for me. Oh yeah, she waiting for the king to come back. She's waiting. Oh yeah. She ain't dragging it. She's keeping it real. Rosie is not dragging it. Rosie is expressing herself. Rosie is showing that she really loves me. Rosie is showing the world that my energy is pure. Rosie is doing what she's supposed to be doing, waiting patiently for me till I come back home. Ha ha. LOL, children and animals. Yes, children and animals. They love me. Your nephew loves me, right? You say he barely asks about people, barely want to talk to people, but he talks to me. He talks to me, right? And again, I'm grateful that this is energy. I mean, I've always had it, even when I was depressed, even when I wasn't feeling the best, like mentally and emotionally, even when I quote unquote had a death wish. One thing that was constant was children and animals always loved me, right? Like, in my teenage years, in my young adult years, animals and children always loved me. So yeah, trust the dogs, right? But let us move right along to our fourth and final segment of the day before we wrap today's show up. Fourth segment is our build of the day. And today's build is a question: when is it okay to quit? When is it okay to quit? We live in a society at a time where so many people are grinding, so many people are focusing on accomplishing their goals and changing their life and chasing the bag and doing what they love and following their hearts and all of the good things, right? All of the good things, and ultimately the focus on not being a quitter. However, it's been my experience, right, that there are times when it's perfectly fine and actually wise to quit some things. One, if you are in a marriage, right? If you're in a marriage that is not mutually beneficial, and if you're in a marriage where you are depressed, even if you have children and the situation is not good with your partner, with your spouse, you guys are arguing, or you guys are just not loving, it is better to quit that marriage. It is better to get a divorce. It is better to split than it is to stay with someone just for the sake of having a two-parent household. That's something I thought. I thought it would be better to have a two-parent household, right? For my daughter, for me and my ex-wife, our daughter, our children, to have a two-parent household than it would be to split. But what I've learned is that that two-parent household could cause more stress, could cause children more anxiety, right? Could cause more bad vibes, bad feelings, low vibrational feelings, undesired feelings than feelings that we want, that we desire, right? So it's okay to quit in those situations as well. It's okay to quit when you realize that, you've gone the wrong way, right? As they say, like, it's better to get off the train once you realize you got on the wrong train as soon as possible than to stay on that train just for the sake of saying that you're on that train. Example, yesterday canceled my Roku account, something I paid for almost 2 years ago. When I paid for it, I was really excited about it. I knew that I mean, maybe I should have jumped right into it, but I paid for it. I said, I'm gonna give myself 6 to 12 months, pay for it. I got the money. I figured it would be that time before I actually did anything with it. But life kept happening and I kept having to do things and I just never really focused on it. And so I ended up spending almost $10,000, right? And barely used it, right? I did upload my pilot episode of my TV show, right? Vegan Adventures with Sugar Ray, to my Roku channel, but never fully promoted that, right? Because to promote it also costs money, marketing, right? And I couldn't get to it, right? Mental capacity, financial capacity, right? Other things that became more pressing. And it was a tough decision to quit, right? Because, it's always been my dream to be, in film and TV. And Roku gave me the opportunity, it gives us the opportunity to own our own networks, to build our own networks, right? And it was like a dream come true. But I wasn't doing anything with it. And so it made more sense, right? Because I'm paying $300 a month for it. And it's like, I got other situations, other responsibilities that need that $300, right? I could put that into, I have other situations, right? So I can't put it into anything, right? No, I wouldn't say they sold me a dream, right? I wouldn't say that at all, right? No. We buy into things. We have to buy into your dreams, right? Like you got to fund your dreams. And like I said, it was great. I just didn't have the capacity to do it, right? There are people who built successful Roku channels. I love them. I'm excited for them. I'm proud of them. I just didn't have the capacity to do it. But speaking to Roku yesterday, I did let them know that I will be coming back. All right, I will be going back to Roku. When the situation is better situated for me. All right, whether that's later this year, next year, but I do intend to go back, right? Because not only do I want to have a platform for my own content, right, but I want to be a resource for others. I want to be a distributor, right, and help other people get their content seen. I do have a pretty dope network, right, of people that I know that once I promote something, especially movies, films, TV shows, that I can have a good amount of people tune in. So we're gonna just do it differently, man. But I quit, right? And that's when it's okay to quit. And with that, guys, we are going to wrap the show up. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys. This is your boy LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. This is episode 280 of SRDaily. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down that's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. And please do join us right back here tomorrow. Please do join us here tomorrow, same time, same place, Wednesday, January 15th, 2024, right here, Facebook Live. We're going to continue to stream through Instagram. We are going to also continue to stream through TikTok as much as possible. Someone left another comment. Respect to you for your accountability and truth telling on this beautiful Tuesday. Thank you so much, my sister. She said, shout out to A's. Happy birthday. Shout out to the young God. Happy 7th birthday, A's. Much love. But listen, guys, I'll let you guys soon. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. Oh, snap. Yo, I tried to touch screen my laptop. I thought my laptop was touchscreen. I forgot it ain't. It should be, though. Laptop should be touchscreen. Let's get up out of here. Yes, end stream.